Hello, dear learners. I hope that you all are well. Today we are going to do a class on verb and its classification. So let's go start. This is going to be the first class on verbs. The objectives of this class are that means after this class you will be able to know the definition of verb, how a verb acts in a sentence, the different types of verb, and you will be able to identify the type of verbs in sentences. So first of all, let us know what a verb is. A verb is a word that describes any physical or mental action, any event, and any state of being. For example, Annie is watching a movie. Here, the word is and watching together are describing an action. So from this line, we understand that in a sentence we can find more than one verb. Let's see another example. She is tired. Here, is describing a state of being, and in this sentence we find only one verb, and using the verb is we come to know about Annie's physical state or condition. Let's see another example. The match will start in few minutes. Here, will and start are two verbs and together they are describing an event. So we understand that in a sentence we can find more than one verbs, but we have to use at least one verb to make a sentence correct. Now we have to know what are the types of verb we use in sentences. Primarily, we can classify the verb in two types, and these are finite verb and another is non-finite verb. But these two types of verbs again have more classifications. But in this class, we will just know about finite verb and non-finite verb. So, what is a finite verb? Well, the verb that changes its forms according to the tense, person, and the number of the sentence is called a finite verb. So, from this definition, we understand that a finite verb depends on tense, person of the subject, and number of the subject. Depending on tense, person of the subject, and number of the subject, finite verb changes its forms. We can clarify this idea more easily using some examples. So here is our example. The first sentence, Amy talks so fast. Here, Amy is third person and Amy is singular number, and the tense in this sentence is present indefinite. So the verb talk is changed into talks. We have used an s with talk because Amy is third person and Amy is singular number and the tense is present indefinite. In the second sentence, Anne is making a cup of coffee. In this sentence, Anne is third person, Anne is singular number, and the tense is present continuous. So we use is making because this tense is in present continuous tense. In the third sentence, Anne and I like coffee. In this sentence, Anne and I together, they are third person and they are plural number and the tense is present indefinite. So we used like. In the fourth sentence, I went on a tour last month. So the subject I is first person and I is singular number, and in this sentence the verb is on past form because the sentence is in past indefinite. So we used the past form of go and changed it into went in this sentence. I hope that you have understood these examples. Remember one thing, that in a sentence we have to use at least one finite verb. But don't be confused if your sentence contains more than one finite verb. And we cannot make a sentence without a finite verb. Now we are going to know what is a finite verb. The verb that does not change according to the tense, person, or number of the sentence is called a non-finite verb. Though non-finite verb is a verb, it can work as a verb, noun, an adjective, and an adverb. So we understand that rather than acting as a verb only, a non-finite verb used in a sentence as noun, an adjective, and adverb. This matter will be clear to you if we check some examples. So let's check the examples. In the first sentence, he hates smoking. Hates is a finite verb because the subject of this sentence is third person and it is singular number. So hate is changed into hates because the sentence is in present indefinite tense, but the second verb, smoking, it does not change its form according to the number and person or tense of this sentence. And in this sentence, it is a non-finite verb and it is playing the role of a noun. In the second sentence, I like to drink coffee. So, can you tell that which one is the finite verb and which one is the non-finite verb? Yes, like is a finite verb and to drink is a non-finite verb. Like depends on the subject of this sentence. I is first person and I is a singular number, so we used like because the tense is in present indefinite tense. And to drink, this is the non-finite verb in this sentence and it is working as a verb also. In the third sentence, you can see that my spectacles are broken. So are is a finite verb and broken is a non-finite verb and broken is an adjective in the sentence. And spectacles mean glasses. Well, so spectacles is a plural number and this is third person and the tense is in present indefinite. So we used are. I hope that you have understood the difference between finite verb and non-finite verb. Now you have a task to do. I have written a paragraph for you and you can see that there are some underlined words. These are all verbs and what you have to do is to identify them as a finite verb or non-finite verb. In the next class, we are going to know about classification of finite verb. Till then, stay safe and keep learning.